Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lanier National Speedway in Brazelton, Georgia. I'm Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team, bringing you today's feature event. It's the iRacing Advanced Legends Cup, Season 3, Week number 6 in 2021. This is the top split, the best of the best, the top drivers that were on the iRacing service at the time this race was offered. Let's have a look at today's starting lineup. Starting in the 11th slot in car number 8, racing out of Texas, it's the AutoZone Ken's Skins Legends car of Clarence Norton. Starting in the 10th spot, racing with us out of Vernon, Connecticut, it's Scott McDonald in car number 6. Starting 9th, in car number 3, out of Canada, it's Kevin Gordon. In the 8th starting spot, in car number 10, Ronald Ryan, the Summit Racing Legends car out of the Mid-South region. Starting 7th in car number 9, that's the Pennzoil Hot Rod of Ronaldo Carvalho from Brazil. Starting 6th in car number 11, that's Jonas Nonnenprediger, Jonas racing with us from Schwerin, Germany. In the 5th starting spot in car number 7, it's Colin Heiderscheid from the Benelux region. Now, your top 4 starters. Second row outside in car number 4, racing out of the Carolinas regions, that's William Jones. On the inside of the second row, it's car number 5, Andrew McCauley in the McCauley Motorsports car racing out of Newcastle, Indiana. On the front row outside, in car number 2, he'll show up on your screen as the red and black 00, but on your telemetry in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen is car 2. That is Aaron Johnson in the Milwaukee Tools Legends car, Johnson, out of Bailey, Colorado. On the pole, in car number 1, out of Canada, it's the FSM CT Designs car of Tanton Wooldridge. Tanton will be in the car 56 on your screen. On your telemetry, he's going to show up as car number 1. This is a strong field. 428 asphalt oval victories between the 11 drivers in the race. The pace car leads the field around the speedway. Wooldridge is going to be able to take and control the start here. Pace car's in. Wooldridge hammers the throttle. Tanton Wooldridge jumps out to a quick early lead over the 00 of Johnson, and that's the 5 of McCauley looking to Johnson's inside. He's going to take the spot away. Johnson caught up on the outside now. Looks also like the 4 of William Jones is going to get past Johnson. That's going to drop Aaron Johnson back to the 4th spot. And Tanton Wooldridge is going to become the leader and really start pulling away from the field. Wooldridge already about 6 car lengths ahead of the second place car of Andrew McCauley, with Jones 3rd, Johnson 4th, and Heiderscheid in the 5th spot. Out front, it is all Tanton Wooldridge. Johnson has started to look to the inside of Jones. Let's see what we've got here. Johnson goes by on the inside, so Aaron Johnson moves back up into the 3rd spot after getting shuffled back early. Jones looking back to the inside. Johnson giving him some room. Jones gets the car sideways, pinched it down too tightly, and ends up in the inside wall. That's going to be hard on the 4 of William Jones. Out front, it's still going to be the 1 car of Tanton Wooldridge. Wooldridge up front, McCauley 2nd, Johnson 3rd. Aaron Johnson trying to find his way around the 5 of Andrew McCauley as Tanton Wooldridge pulls away from the rest of the field. Wooldridge in that black and orange number 56, out to a big lead. We are on lap 6 of 40, and Tanton Wooldridge is pulling away from the rest of the field. Wooldridge leads the car into turn number 3, now through the center of 3 and 4, out onto the front straightaway. Wooldridge with the lead. Let's have a look at how they run on the speedway. The first car in line, that's the 56 of Tanton Wooldridge. Wooldridge with a big lead over the 5 of Andrew McCauley. Johnson now really starting to work on McCauley. Let's watch this race a bit, as Johnson looked like he had a little bit of a battle going on there. Now looks to the outside of the 5. Johnson looking to the high side, no dice. Now going to let the car drift back down, trying to get a run off the corner as they go down the back straightaway into turn number 3. It's the 5 of McCauley in 2nd. Johnson closing in that 00 machine. Looks like Johnson's got a better race car, especially through 3 and 4, but hasn't had enough yet to get past the 5 of Andrew McCauley. Johnson again taking that higher line in 1 and 2, now down the back straightaway, really closes in the middle of 3 and 4. Johnson's car much better through the center of that turn. He's now right on the back bumper again of that 5 of McCauley. Johnson stays down low this time, coming out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. Now losing a bit of ground. He's a car length behind the 5 of McCauley. McCauley drifts up slightly as they come out of turn number 4. Johnson still can't get by. In the third spot, that is Aaron Johnson working on the 5 of Andrew McCauley. Johnson doing everything he can to get past that 5 car. So far, though, no dice. Next car on the speedway behind Johnson, that's the 6 of Scott McDonald. He has just gone past the 7 of Colin Heiderscheid, and then behind that group is the 10 of Ronald Ryan. Ryan currently being shown in the 6th spot. Next car on the speedway behind Ryan will be the 3 of Kevin Gordon. Gordon currently running 7th. Then behind Gordon, that's the 11 of Jonas Nonnenprediger. Nonnenprediger currently in the 8th spot. Behind him, that's Ronaldo Carvalho, that Pennzoil car. He's currently shown in 9th, the last car on the lead lap. We're back around then to the leader. That's the 56 of Taunton Wooldridge. Just behind Wooldridge, we see a lapped car there. That's the 8 of Clarence Norton. Norton 1 lap down. And then just behind them, Johnson putting the pressure on the 5 of McCauley again. Johnson lets that car turn down the middle of the corner and backs off. Looked like he could have used the chrome horn on the 5 of McCauley, but decided not to rattle the cage. It's early in the race, 15 laps into a 40-lap event. Johnson really being held up here by the 5 of McCauley, but having a hard time to get by. Johnson quicker, but not quick enough to find his way around the 5 car. The 5 lets the car drift up. That opens the door for Johnson. Johnson turns underneath, and he is past the 5 of McCauley. Aaron Johnson going to take over the 2nd spot as McCauley will drop back to 3rd. Johnson in that bright red and black Milwaukee Tools Legends car moves into the 2nd spot. Out front, though, it is all Taunton Wooldridge. Wooldridge with a big lead, more than 3 seconds over Johnson, as Wooldridge has got a lapped cars in the way. So Wooldridge has put a big gap between himself and the 2nd place car of Johnson. Taunton Wooldridge out for a Sunday drive as he comes into turn number 3. Now rolls through the center of 3 and 4 out onto the front straightaway. Taunton Wooldridge leading. There are 3 lapped cars between Wooldridge and Johnson. The gap between Wooldridge and Johnson, 3.5 seconds. As Taunton Wooldridge is running away with this race. Wooldridge in that black and orange FSM CT Designs Legends car, running a nice smooth race, 2 wheels right down on the yellow line, just making contact but not getting onto the apron. Now through 3 and 4 one more time. Wooldridge's car rotating very well in the center. He's able to keep that car nice and low. Comes out of 4 onto the front straightaway. Taunton Wooldridge is leading at the halfway point, 20 laps in, 20 laps to go. Let's have a look at how they run on the speedway. Wooldridge is your leader. The next car in line is the 8. That's the lapped car of Clarence Norton. Norton, the first car, 1 lap down. Behind Norton, that's Johnson. Johnson in 2nd as he has made short work of some lap traffic. Johnson trying to catch up to Taunton Wooldridge. Lap traffic making that difficult. Behind Johnson, next car on the speedway is the 5 of Andrew McCauley. McCauley currently being shown in the 3rd spot. Then behind McCauley, that's the 11 of Jonas Nonnenprediger. Nonnenprediger 1 lap down in 8th. Behind Nonnenprediger, the next car on the speedway is the 6 of Scott McDonald. McDonald currently being shown in the 4th spot. He's still on the lead lap. Then behind McDonald, that's the 9 of Ronaldo Carvalho. Carvalho in the 9th spot, 1 lap down. Behind Carvalho on the speedway is the 7 of Colin Heiderscheid. Heiderscheid, the last car on the lead lap, currently being shown right now in the 5th spot as Taunton Wooldridge is putting cars a lap down in a hurry. Next car on the speedway is the 56 of Wooldridge. The car we didn't see, the 10 of Ronald Ryan, now the first car on the lead lap. You can just see Ryan as he slides up the speedway. Ronald Ryan and the 3 of Kevin Gordon are between Wooldridge and Johnson as Wooldridge continues to lead by about 3.3 seconds. Aaron Johnson is managing to stay with the 56 but isn't closing in. So the 56 of Wooldridge with a big lead with 14 laps to go here from Lanier National Speedway. Taunton Wooldridge running a nice smooth race. He allows the car to roll through the center of the 3rd and 4th turns there, now out onto the front straightaway. Wooldridge doing a nice job. He's closing in on some lap traffic. That looks like it might be the 7 of Heiderscheid that he's trying to close in on. If he closes in on Heiderscheid and puts Heiderscheid a lap down, that would leave only 4 cars on the lead lap. That is the 7. Heiderscheid pretty loose coming off the corner. Nearly got up into the wall trying to save it. Now he's getting a couple of wheels down onto the apron. The change in banking from the speedway surface to the apron sometimes will allow you to use that apron to make the car turn a little better in the center. Typically speaking, I think that's an indication of a car that's not set up as well as it could be. And it looks like Wooldridge is going to go by the 7 of Heiderscheid. That will leave 4 cars on the lead lap. Wooldridge and Johnson, then McCauley and Scott McDonald are your lead lap cars. 10 laps to go. Wooldridge with the lead, Aaron Johnson in second, Andrew McCauley third, Scott McDonald fourth. Those 4 cars on the lead lap. Then it's Heiderscheid, Ryan, Norton, Nonnenprediger, Carvalho, and Gordon as we watch the 56 of Wooldridge go by Ronaldo Carvalho. That will drop Carvalho 2 laps down. Carvalho currently in the 9th spot on the Speedway. Tanton Wooldridge, a very smooth race and a very quick race car with a big lead over the 2nd place car of Aaron Johnson. Johnson about 3.2 seconds back. He maybe has been able to cut a 1/10 or 2/10 of a second off that lead, but the lead is big as Tanton Wooldridge dominates this feature event from Lanier National Speedway. 7 to go. Down the back straightaway is Wooldridge. Wooldridge closing in on lap traffic yet again. Didn't see exactly who that was. Looks like it's the 11 of Nonnenprediger. Nonnenprediger in the 8th spot, and we can see Wooldridge closing in. 6 to go. Barring any sort of unforeseen accident, this is going to be Tanton Wooldridge's race. He has dominated from start to finish, led every lap from the green, and Tanton Wooldridge with 5 to go is really running away with this race as Johnson has slipped backward now. He's dropped back to about 3.8 seconds off the lead, so Aaron Johnson had closed for a small period of time. Now he's moving away as Wooldridge gets a little sideways. Looked like he was trying to turn underneath the 11 there, cut the car down a little too tight. Almost lost the rear end of that race car. Managed to save it as he goes past Nonnenprediger. Tanton Wooldridge got a little sideways coming out of turn 4. He holds on to it. There are 3 laps to go. This time by Nonnenprediger, the lapped car. Now Wooldridge closing in on the 10. That's Ronald Ryan. Ryan 1 lap down in the 7th spot. Wooldridge goes past Ryan on the inside. 2 laps to go this time by. It's Wooldridge, Johnson, McCauley, McDonald. Those 4 cars on the lead lap as Tanton Wooldridge goes down the back straightaway into turn number 3, now rolling through the center of 3 and 4. That 56 car looks awfully good for very late in the race. Tanton Wooldridge takes the white flag. He's got 1 lap to go. 1 more time around the Speedway. He'll go down the back straightaway for the final time at Brazelton, Georgia. It's Wooldridge into turn 3, now through the center of 3 and 4, out onto the front straightaway. A little bit of internet lag, but it looks like Wooldridge is going to take the win at Lanier National Speedway. Tanton Wooldridge with the victory, followed by Aaron Johnson in second. Scott McDonald will be third, with Andrew McCauley fourth, Colin Heiderscheid fifth, Clarence Norton in the 6th spot, Ronald Ryan in 7th, Jonas Nonnenprediger in 8th, Ronaldo Carvalho in 9th, and Kevin Gordon finishing in the 10th spot. Fantastic race for Tanton Wooldridge from Lanier National Speedway. He leads flag to take the victory. That'll do it for the Johnson iRacing team. This is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.